Good evening, and welcome to the week 6 summary. Please bear with me because this is going to be a long summary this week. And I apologize in advance, but I know we're not going over a whole lot of chapters, but these chapters are intense as far as the information that it is producing. Okay? So let's start out week 6 summary with just some housekeeping. Make sure you're looking under the announcements because assignments will be graded and updated by Monday at 11:59. Then look for the week 5 tutoring recordings that I have posted on there. Also, look for the week 6 tutoring times and dates for the live tutoring so that you can attend those sessions. And most importantly, week 6 is a shortened week. So, what that means is all the work is due by Friday, and I have to have the grades in by Saturday. So, no late work will be accepted. Okay, so any work submitted on Saturday or Sunday of this week, I apologize in advance. I cannot grade it and I cannot accept it. Okay, if you think you're going to have any problems finishing week 6, please get in contact with me sooner rather than later to see if there's anything that I can do to help you. Okay, all right, so the first thing that we're going to start with this week is pregnancy. It's one of the most wondrous parts of the human body. You, as a female, create a new human life that grows inside of you. You develop the fetus from conception to postnatal, which is after giving birth. The embryonic period is from weeks 3 to 8. The fetal period is from weeks 9 to birth. And then there's pregnancy timeframes that the OBGYN or the obstetrician or the OB goes by. And each of these, what they're called trimesters, have certain weeks attached to them and then certain growth and development that the baby milestones the baby has to reach. Okay. Birth is the process of laboring and then the delivery and then the for baby's first breath. Then you have the postnatal period, and the postnatal period involves, the newborn overall adaptations. Okay, when they're first seeing, hearing, touching, feeling, temperature regulations, all of that stuff, bonding with parents, routine care, and fostering sensory and motor development over time. Pregnancy is the greatest journey in the reproductive system. All right. And it's marked by, um, sorry, my fingers are not working on my paper today, but it is marked by growth, transformation, and deep connection between the baby and the mother. A lot of times, the mother will breastfeed, which we'll get into later, which promotes a very strong bond between the mom and the baby. Then you have the reproductive system of your female, and it plays a crucial part in life. The female has ovaries, and there are two of them. They are located in the pelvic cavity. They produce eggs and hormones, and the oogenesis is egg development and forming premortal follicles that happen before birth and that become activated as the female goes through puberty. You have the female genitalia tract, you have the fallopian tubes, you have the uterus, and you have the vagina. Fertilization usually occurs in the uterus. The uterus is a hollow muscular organ. Then you move on to the vagina, and it's a muscular tube connecting the cervix to the external genitalia. You have the external genitalia that includes the labia and the clitoris. Then you have hormones, and hormones play a vital role as well within the female reproductive system. And the hormones governing female reproductive system manages the menstrual cycle, the ovulation, the pregnancies, and specific hormones. And those specific hormones, like FSH, stimulates ovarian follicle growth. LH hormones triggers ovulation. Estrogen fosters the reproductive structure, development, endometrial thickening, and menstrual cycle regulation. Progesterone gets the uterus ready for the embryo's implantation. Okay, and if an embryo is not implanted, then it helps with the cycle regulation. Okay, on a monthly cycle. Then we get to the breast, which I kind of have mentioned before with breastfeeding, but the breasts play a very special role after the baby's born. The breast for females can produce milk, and that milk will give the baby the nutrition that it needs to survive. Okay, and the breasts are lactating. And so the mom will produce the milk, the baby will latch on, and then that will provide the nutrients for the baby until it starts eating table food, regular baby food, things like that. However, some mothers do choose to only feed the baby formula, and some mothers don't produce enough milk. So then that leads to the mom maybe alternating milk and formula every other feed. Okay. Some mothers strictly breastfeed. When you have multiples, twins, and triplets that are involved, usually mom can't supply enough milk for all of them. So they will switch off who gets the breast milk and who gets the formula. Okay. Now moving on to the male reproductive system, it is a well-organized factory. All right. The testes or the testicles are the main production centers. They are paired oval-shaped glands located in the scrotum. They produce the sperm and secrete testosterone. Okay. Now, testosterone also plays a very important part in the fact that men will grow facial hair, they will grow hair all over their bodies, their voice will deepen, okay, once they hit puberty. Then you have the scrotum, which is an external sac, and it regulates the temperature for the sperm growth. The epididymis, which is a coiled tube, it's attached to each of the testes, and it stores and matures the sperm. The vas deferens, it transports the mature sperm to the ejaculation duct. The seminal vesicles secretes a fructose-rich fluid, providing energy for the sperm. Then you have the prostate gland that produces milky fluid, enhancing the sperm mobility. Then you have the bulbourethral gland, which secretes lubricating fluid. It also prepares the urethra for the passage. The urethra conveys both urine and sperm, okay, through the penis. Then you have the sperm, which are microscopic male cells. They carry very important genetic material, and it contributes to the fertilization. The spermatogenesis, the process of sperm production in the testes, continual production of millions of sperm each day, contributing to the genetic diversity and fertilization during sexual reproduction. Hereditary. Hereditary is very important because it makes each and every person one of a kind. That means that no two people are alike. Okay? So hereditary is passing your genetic characteristics from one generation to the next. Together, Between the mom and the dad, you have 46 chromosomes, 23 pairs of chromosomes, which half of them come from your mom and half of them come from your dad. Some genes are dominant, some are recessive, and that's very important, okay? Because they all can't be dominant genes and they all cannot be recessive genes, okay? And genes go beyond just your looks, but it also includes any health conditions that you may have, talents that you may have, and preferences that you have. So hereditary is very, very important. And again, it makes everyone unique. All right, wrapping it up. Assignments for this week. You have your discussion question, which is on birth control. Your first response is due on Wednesday of this week, and your second and third response is due on Friday, not Sunday. Okay, so it's due on Friday. Your online lab is about the fertilization chart. Please, please, please make it as detailed as possible. Okay, because this, between the research and the online lab of the fertilization chart, should take you about 3 to 4 hours to complete. It is also due on Friday of this week. You have your weekly assignment, so make sure that gets completed by Friday of this week as well. It's over the reproductive system. It should take you about 3 to 4 hours to answer all the questions. And then you have your final exam. It's 100 points. You have 100 minutes to finish. You only have one attempt. So please make sure you're in a secure area where you're not going to get bothered. The internet's not going to go out. Your computer is not going to die, because there's only one attempt and I cannot give you another one. Okay. You get one question at a time. There's 50 questions. It's over chapters 15 through 27. And this is also due on Friday. If anybody has any questions, comments, concerns, anything at all, please let me know sooner rather than later. This is a short week, so everything is due on Friday by 11:59 Eastern Standard Time. And I just want to wish everyone the best of luck in their next course and through their educational career. And you're always welcome to keep in touch with me as well. Thank you, and have a great next term.